Remember when I warned you all that bugs were mutating into giant kaiju women due to nuclear radiation? Well, hate to say I told you so, but it's getting worse. Because now we're dealing with a mutated bug woman who is also of the only species in the world who could survive an irradiated planet, Matara Kan. Matara is an extraterrestrial whose species name translates to Mother Cockroach. Assuming her name is not just a colloquialism, and she is genetically similar to Earth roaches, this would make her the 4,601st species of roach currently on Earth, as well as being the only member of her species known on Earth. You might think there is tragedy there, as by being the sole surviving member of her species, she is doomed to see the end of her kind. Well, hate to break it to you, but the Chad Matara is not like the virgin needs a biologically viable mate Viltrumite. Many species of roaches are capable of a process known as parthenogenesis, in which they reproduce asexually. This is not ideal, as the offspring are essentially just clones of the mother, so a mate is preferable for genetic diversity, as well as being the only means by which males can be born. But in a pinch, Matara could birth dozens, if not hundreds, of clones of herself, thus ensuring the continued propagation of the species. Depending on how minimal the genetic decay is, those offspring could, in turn, also parthenogenize dozens or hundreds of daughters themselves. Meaning, should Matara ever feel an existential dread about the fate of her species and be moved to act upon it, humanity would be doomed. Or, if Rule 34 is anything to go by, it's more appropriate to say that we would be f***ed. Thankfully, that fate seems minimal, for Matara does have a sense of community thanks to the existence of the Momos. These seem to be a sort of hybridized subspecies that use a non-Matara host, inseminated with an egg Matara creates. It is very possible these are the same eggs that would have been used for her clones. The resulting Momo mutates from the host body after a period of time, and seem to maintain the memories and personality of the human that received the egg. The Momos thus provide a means for Matara to focus the mother part of her mother cockroach name in a more controlled environment than if she spawned dozens of clones who likewise may have grown their own strong maternal desire, and enacted the aforementioned end of humanity. With Momageddon subverted, how has Matara acclimated to this alien world she finds herself on? Surprisingly well. She has become quite accustomed to Earth and its pleasures. One particular Earth practice she has found great enjoyment in is wine. This is unsurprising, as fermentation mimics the chemical process that occurs when fruits break down due to rotting. Insects have often been found to drown in substances like wine due to the sheer level of sugar found in the beverage. They just can't get enough of it. As much as we might want to joke that Matara may want such a fate herself, that is unlikely, as Matara is very, very big. For a bug. Yes, a misconception about Matara is that she is a giant in the traditional sense. That was actually just movie magic at play during her previous life as a cinema star. All just special effects making her appear as a giant rampaging monster. She's actually just above average in terms of human height. So truly, she isn't even the largest insect in Earth's history. That prize goes to Gregor Samsa from the Metamorphosis, beating out Seth Brundle from The Fly in sense of girth. So no need to fear. You can approach the human-sized roach woman. She will not hurt you. You can give her a hug even. And she very well may even enjoy the hug, as Matara has been proven to be remarkably sociable in the short time she's been on Earth. This is another similarity she shares amongst her terrestrial roach brethren. Roaches will very often create tight-knit groups that are not as structured as something like a beehive or ant colony, but are no less involved. They will often release pheromones as a means of communicating decisions on nesting habits and food desires between individuals within this group. So if you are ever around Matara, and you smell a smelly smell you can't quite place, it's probably her just trying to signal she's hungry or ready to go to bed. Always remember, The victor is never victorious until the vanquished considers themselves so. So when life feels like it's trying to vanquish you, remember the resilient hag roach Matara Kan. Face every day for the opportunities it provides, not the fears it might carry. And always do so with a hearty laugh and a cup of something to keep you courageous.